Have you ever been having a conversation but get zoned out and forget to listen to what the other person is saying? And vice versa. Have you ever been in a situation where someone wasn't paying attention to what you have to say? Hi, my name is Natalie Lercari-Sullivan, and today I will convince you that active listening, as well as using confirming responses in conversations, is the most important interpersonal skill you can learn in order to improve your relationships. The three main points I will be covering are the background information, which essentially is what active listening is and what the steps are to being a good active listener, the problem, which is giving you guys a real life example of a problem that I have faced in a real relationship in my life, and lastly, the solution, which is the outcome of using active listening and confirming responses in my own personal relationship. Active listening is the conscious process of responding mentally, verbally, and non-verbally to a speaker's message. This was found in Chapter 10, page 237 of our textbook. Confirming responses include acknowledging the other person when they are speaking, agreeing with the speaker, supporting them, and lastly, endorsing or sharing the enthusiasm. Some things to keep in mind while active listening would be to paraphrase your partner's message by checking the accuracy of your understanding, to analyze the issue with the other person, trying to get to the bottom of it together by considering multiple perspectives, questioning the other so that you can understand him or her completely, showing support by expressing empathy and confirming the other person's feelings, and lastly, asking the person if he or she is seeking advice before you give it. These are all found on Chapter 10, page 238. A relationship I chose was with my mom. When me and my mom are having a conversation, I realize that too often, when she is done speaking about herself, she shuts off and she doesn't listen to me. I know she doesn't listen because she doesn't respond to me, and even when I ask her a question, she won't answer until I ask her multiple times. In relation to you guys, an example that maybe you have faced would be when you're talking to your friend about something super important to you and they are on their phone and not giving any signs that they are paying attention. They continue to say that they are multitasking, but it's obvious they aren't. After reading Interpersonal Communication by Carrie C. Hutchinson, I realized that my mom had a listening problem. I told my mom recently that her not acknowledging anything that I am saying makes me feel unheard. She proceeded to ask me what she can do to be a better listener. The first step I told her to do to show me that she's actively listening to me is to make eye contact with me, to show me that she is engaged. Next, when I am excited about something, she should share that excitement with me, like saying something along the lines of wow, that's so cool. And lastly, I told her she should respond when I am asking her a question or say something back when I leave room for her to speak, instead of her being silent or giving me a response that has nothing to do with our conversation. After our conversation, I felt that she really tried better. She would promptly answer my questions without changing the subject to herself or something deemed more important. She also would ask me questions to better understand my point of view of the conversation, which showed me that she was engaged. So overall, telling her some things to help her become a better listener worked well in my case, and it can too for you, only if the other person is willing to change and listen to improvements given. Active listening, as well as confirming responses, is overall the most important skills in communication. The three main points I covered in this video was what active listening and what confirming responses looked like, a problem I had in my life in relation to those two skills, and the results of using those skills in my own personal relationship. Overall, after watching my video, I hope you feel the same way I do, that active listening is by far the most important skill in communication. Thank you for watching.